Hi, hello, and this video is going to be about Cuckold fantasy shoot. This is the most popular content and most watchable or searchable about erotic photography and fantasies. Okay, and it involves hiring male models, bull models, right? There are many comments coming towards that. Okay, people asking why. Okay, why someone will do this. Okay, what happening with the men? What kind of models? What kind of service provides these models? And of course, there is a discussion, and I am a creator. Okay, I create content for adults, photography and film, and these being the interest, right? The fantasy always been an interest of mine, and I was exploring, experimenting with models and with couples. Okay, and so Cuckold fantasy is one of the, like I say, the most searchable, popular topic. Okay, and people asking questions. Okay, so before there was a kind of an idea that there are a lot of weak men. Okay, that's why the woman would want to have a photo shoot with a strong male, muscular bull with a huge size. And to be fair, all the Cuckold fantasies are created towards that, okay, towards the size. Okay, so there are a lot of men who would consider themselves really small and really insignificant, right? And they would like their partner to have a different kind of experience and make this fantasy, right, on camera and on film. But I would say it is not always related with a size, right, and not always related with a weak man. There are different kind of reasons why people will make this photo shoot. Okay, and of course the first reason is that there is a traumatic experience in the past. Okay, there are positive and negative emotions which impact our sexual life. Okay, and so that comes from the experience. Okay, and I would answer to the question why people want to share their partners, right? It's not that necessarily they would always want to continue and pursue, this kind of activities. They would like to know for themselves how it feels at least once, okay, because they have this fantasy, the thought in their heads, right? There are some people who are actually thinking that this is the way how they would like to have their relationship, right? And this is the way to stimulate them. Okay, so the stimulation come towards woman as well as towards the male. Okay, the partner, usually the husband, is paying for this photo shoots, right? And I am the one who is choosing male models, right? And the most popular, like I say, black bulls. Okay, why black? Because black almost guarantee that it will have a huge size, okay, and it will have a very high sexual drive, okay, and that it will be very active and dominant. Okay, so that's why. Okay, but there is another side which I've noticed through the years of experiences, is that it doesn't come from the weak side. Actually, women are testing men and seeing their reaction behavior and how they can control themselves, okay, in the presence of another male, okay, or in a situation when they know that their partner is going and doing something naughty, right? I am not into kind of a cheating behind the back and doing something really bad, but couples very often need stimulation in their relationship, especially when they're really long time together. Okay, so we all can judge here and think about them like, oh, they really just doing something wrong. To be fair, nothing is wrong when it comes to your therapy. Okay, when you need this, when you know that this will help. Okay, and in terms of helping, I am meaning this. Okay, there are a lot of men who are bored in their intimate lives, and there are a lot of women who are also feel the same, right? And there are couples who live their life without sexual stimulation, without connection, without spark. Okay, so having a project on the side, the idea that you can create something, it actually changes everything. Okay, and when you have this evidence, it's been set up. Okay, it's not that you're going somewhere and doing something behind the back. No, no, no. It's going to be a mutual agreement. You see, Cuckold fantasy photo shoots, most of the time coming from men. Okay, and when the men are getting in touch, asking to arrange such events, I always tell them that the woman have to get in touch first to confirm, okay, that these ideas are acceptable for her and she is happy to have this type of adventures. Okay, very often when I ask this, they stop. Okay, they stop writing, they stop texting, and they stop asking these questions. You know why? Because women most of the time even don't know about this. Okay, or she would never agree. Okay, even if she would know, she would never agree and she will never do this. So that's why the woman consent is the priority in my studio. Okay, and that's what I have to have before I'm even, considering booking anyone and talking about this, right? But what I've noticed through the years before even this Cuckold fantasy situation arrived was that the men will call into the photo studio. They know that I do erotic photo shoots and they will ask me. Okay, they will ask me the most ridiculous things to teach their wives to be sexy, to be, how to say, open-minded, okay, to play toys, to do different kind of stuff that they would like to. They would tell me that they would like to do a surprise, okay, to hire a model, that the model will play and do certain things without even, his wife or girlfriend knowing about this. They would ask me different kind of things, what's related to sexual and intimate life and education, okay? And it's not only the education, but testing and experimenting and pushing the limits. Okay. And very often I would come back and say to this guy, if you would like to have, for example, let's say playing with the toys. Okay. It's very, I would say, maybe a close topic and anal sex, but I have a lot of phone calls when the guys will call me and say, can you train her? Okay. Can you teach her? Okay. Can you do that? And I was always saying, this is a photography studio. I'm a photographer, and I think this is your job, okay, to do that. And if you would like to, if you would like this adventures with your wife, this is you who's responsible, okay, going through this experience, not me. Okay, so this confusion and this lack of understanding and even not knowing how to approach these topics, not knowing how to even talk to that woman, right? The woman, in general, you see what they want is her to be very sexy, hot, a whore in the bedroom, but in the same time, they don't want her to have any experiences or extra experiences. So I see here a lot of confrontation in general, how we were brought up into this adulthood, what our parents, okay, told us, what information we gathered most of the time is from the adult websites, okay, or I don't know, somewhere around the corner from friends, and I don't know how you get that information, but when I was growing up, it wasn't, published. It wasn't allowed even to speak up about this, right? And when you grow up, you understand that there are a lot of games adults play, right? When children play adult games, parents are encouraging them to do so, right? But when we grow up, we go into different games of making money, earning and becoming a someone. But when you create a family and the relationship, the biggest challenge what adults face is intimacy, lack of intimacy, do not understand what to do next or how to create interest, how to stimulate each other, how to seduce each other, how to bring new things and discuss even certain topics. People not even, approaching this, not even talking about this. Okay, to start with, and I'm talking, about mature generation. Maybe younger people now more relaxed about things, right? But you see, when we growing up, and I'm again referring to me, okay, nothing that was allowed, actually, and contrary, right? You was punished or how to say limited, and basically grew up in the restricted way, right? So that's why we adults, when we feel, okay, that's it, this is us, we want to feel freedom, okay? Not only financial freedom, we want to feel freedom in our relationship and in our sexual adventures, right? That's why men so often call me and ask me to change their wives, basically, okay, to educate them, to make them hotter, to make them more sexier, to make them more adventurous, to make them want certain things, that it will go into their wishes, into their desires, and so on and so on, okay. And so that's where I am coming from, okay. People looking for, new adventures, they get bored with each other, they get bored in the relationship, and fantasies, that's what's driving, that's what's driving your mind, right? That's what brings that energy towards your relationship, okay. Because if you just do it because of that you have obligation or a job, okay, then it's a different situation, right? So looking at the fantasies, exploring these topics are crucial, okay. That's why I think called fantasy is one of the popular topics that I speak about and people are looking at, okay, looking at and want more information. So please ask me questions. What would you want to know? Because you see, I can tell you how usually it works. I hire models for such fantasies, and couples will pay a deposit, okay, to book your day, to book your photo shoot with me. Then, depending on how the shoot will progress and how it will go, right? What will be the duration, okay? How the wife will perform, okay? How long it will take for her, right? To go into the mood. I always suggest to do a makeover service, okay? Because people are really nervous. They never done such a thing before, and it will just make that woman feel ready, okay, and calm herself, calm the nerves, and prepare, okay, because preparation is a very big thing, okay, for us, for ladies. We want to be, looking our best, feeling our best, and being ready, okay. So for women it is very important, looks, okay. How she looks, that's how she feels, okay. And what it comes for guys willing or wishing to have such a fantasy is, you know, to be fair, different. You see couples craving different things, okay? And especially when you say this is not allowed, they will want this even more. Okay, so women who has this situation with their partners, with their husbands, when they're cutting off these ideas, the husbands usually, it's like, you know how it is. If someone will say something, this is not allowed, I don't know, it's just my experience. Of course, I will do it. Of course, I would do it, and of course, I would go for it. So, if this is the situation, how you can stimulate your relationship, how you can take it to the next level, you should do it. Okay, you should do it. And there are different photo shoots. You can just play out and have some fun with the male model, or you can go deeper, okay, and have making love experience, right? It depends. It depends what are requirements, and it depends how ready you are, okay, what you want. to achieve. Okay, the heaviest and biggest probably impact is, of course, to go all the way. And I can tell you from my experience, right, even if the wife stayed at home all the time, okay, never had, I had this client that she was so nervous, and she was in her 70s, and she said, I just been with one man all my life. She said, and I never been with anyone else. And this model is younger than my son, okay? He's younger than my son, so even better. And she was freaking out. And of course, at that time, she looked quite a mature lady, okay? She looked quite a mature lady, and her vibration and her energy was the same, right? But because she uh, she she was convinced by her partner that this will shake her system, okay, that they will have great adventures, that she have to do this, right, that she have to make something crazy, right, do something like that. We went and had a photo shoot, okay, and we recorded this on camera and on film. It transformed her. Okay, it transformed her. She said she didn't speak for a few weeks about this. Okay, but then she saw photography and videos. It just changed her. Okay, first she looked 20 years younger. Okay, the second of all, she was a lot of fun. Okay, she stopped rethinking and blocking herself, and she let herself go. Okay, like seriously. And the husband said she's so much fun now. Okay. To spend time with her, he says, oh my God, he was texting me saying that, Julia, I am not looking at other woman. I'm looking at my wife, what she's gonna do. Okay. So that's how it changes you. Okay. Because when you do something like that, there is nothing else will scare you, or you would think, oh, should I not, should I did not. When you did this, okay, you can just relax and just really have fun. Okay, just really have fun with your life, have really fun with your husband. I don't know what's wrong with my hair today. Okay, with your husband, you can have all sorts of adventures. I can tell you what happened. He was just texting me. He said, can you imagine on the traffic, we're sitting in our car, and my wife, and she actually had breast cancer. Okay, so when you have certain imperfections in your body, you actually feel even more suppressed and even more blocked. Okay, so he's telling me that there was a guy in the car next to it, and he was kind of looked at her, and in response, she lifted her top and just shaked her boobs out, and he said this made his day, and he couldn't stop laughing and basically enjoyed that moment, right? That's what they will remember. So you become more braver, more confident after the shoot, and it does affect you from the within. Okay, because it is not superficial. It takes a lot of gut for you to go and perform, okay, erotic scenarios, special scenes. And of course, this is not only staged, right, situation. No, this is very real experience. Okay, it is of course set up. Okay, and of course I create scenarios, and I tell them what to do, and I direct the shoot. Okay, and I do not direct the shoot towards like, oh, everyone is pretty, everything is nice. Real love stories, or real passion, and real sex vibration, it's not beautiful. It has to be wild and animalistic. It has to have different things about it, right? So when you go through such experience, you loosen your buttons. Okay, there is nothing else you afraid of, or you feel insecure about. You showed everything, you did everything. So you much more relaxed about what's going on in life, and less judgmental and more joyful and enjoying. Okay, just enjoying moments with your partner, and that's what the Cuckold fantasy does. Okay, so some people will judge this, but some couples who are really long time together or struggling, okay, in the relationship need such stimulation, and sometimes this is the only way. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you need more information, go to Julia Winter Studio. That's where you see me. And questions you can leave below. Okay, I will look at them in my own time, and I will respond maybe with another video. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Love you, kiss you, mean it. Bye.